What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping into something. We got a little thrown off last week when we did an After the Tone reaction, and it was Weskeem in the video. I was a little thrown off. Shout out to Miss Inga for the request. We're going to jump into the story behind it all. The story of After the Tone and how it changed my life forever. If you enjoy it, get over to show Weskeem all the love of the world. Seriously, a man I love and respect. Go show him the love. Go show After the Tone the love. Let's jump into it. We're going to follow it up with a After the Tone drop. Let's see what we got.
Basically right now I'm working on the intro part to the music. There's still a lot of issues.
It was 2008 and my obsession with music was reaching new heights. I spent a couple $100s of money I'd earned from my part-time job in college to buy some music and recording equipment. I had decided to take my music from the general comedy stuff I had been doing prior into something a little more serious. Eventually, I had enough songs put together and I decided I would put them into an album and use it to pitch to record labels and so forth. But as I was putting the album together, there was a song that felt more like a Broadway duet than a regular song, and I realized I should probably get someone else on it. And it had just so happened that I had met someone who fit that build for a voice, and I decided maybe I should ask her to re-record one of those tracks with me to add a little variety to the album.
Hey, it's Rob. Just calling because I was thinking about re-recording Should We as a duet with someone I met who's a really good singer, so just wanted to get someone else's thoughts on that.
Everybody I asked said it was a great idea, including Brittany, who was the one I needed to sing, so she ended up on the album. I released the album in January of 2009 and basically nobody heard it, but that didn't stop me from doing little live venues where a bunch of my college friends would show up to cheer me on.
Listen, nothing that any artist out there does is easy. A lot of people have suffered failure and stopped. A lot of people have considered themselves defeated. Anybody that goes through the ups and downs and makes it back up to another up and then goes through another down and all you're doing is getting stronger. This honestly is probably one of the people that I respect the most out of the whole YouTube community. There's 3 or 4 of them that I just truly have a heart for, and they're right there. I definitely appreciate everything that Weskeem has put out there, everything that we've reacted to, everything that I've heard on my own. This is going to be something great. 100%. This whole After the Tone thing, I hope it just skyrockets because some people deserve it. Some people deserve to be up there. He's most certainly one of them.
I can hear the laughter in the air, happily content in every way.
That's cool to see a little live performance.
Small live shows and my own marketing wasn't working though. I decided I needed to do something else with this album to get it more exposure. So I enlisted the help of my older brother, who worked as a Hollywood cameraman and producer, to help me shoot a promotional music video for the song on the album that I thought was the most important to get out there.
Forward just an inch. Here? Just a little bit more. Perfect.
And I lost myself in your arms.
So with this new music video in hand, I pushed my music to anyone who would listen, mainly through the most common channel of the time, MySpace. And everyone I was showing my music to kept asking me about the song Should We with Brittany rather than the song A Piece of Me that I was trying to pitch. Most notably, a nice young man named Adam said it reminded him of his song The Saltwater Room and encouraged me to keep making songs like that. He also told me he'd been finishing up a collaboration with Matt Thiessen from Reliant K, and that would be the last time that I would ever have a DM with Adam Young, because well, if you don't know the story there,
You would not believe your eyes.
the song he made with Matt Thiessen is a little song called Fireflies. So I realized I needed to refigure out what I was doing with my music. Another semester of college ended, and during the summer of 2009, I decided I would only enroll half-time in school the next year, so that I could focus on trying to make it as a musician.
Brittany and I are actually going to record the whole album over. I have to basically start over. She's going to be in all of it. My brother just drove down and did a photo shoot with us. It's looking pretty good.
And we would spend several weekends re-recording the album, and in changing from a solo act to a duo, the name After the Tone was born. So after an extensive overhaul and including a song that Brittany had written herself, the album Here With Moonlight was released in November of 2009. And like the projects that had come before it, this one was met with silence. That was until around May of 2010. Summer break had already started, so Brittany was in San Francisco and I was still in Los Angeles County, and a representative for Fueled by Ramen said that they were interested in the project.
Hey, Brittany, I'm sure you saw I called you a couple times, but something with that project happened. It's really big. I can't really talk about too much. You know, I'm not allowed to say point, but it's all good stuff. So we could talk about it. But coming up, like in a week, like a really big thing. I need you there for. Yeah, just get back to me. And I can fill you in. Talk to you soon. Bye.
But unfortunately, she never answered the phone. And ironically, the band named after the concept that these songs were recordings left after the tone to someone who you cared about more than they cared about you was relegated to a similar fate. And Brittany and I wouldn't talk again for 11 years.
This is damn heartbreaking. To see the struggle, to see what people have to go through, the sacrifice that's required for certain types of jobs. This definitely gives you a whole new respect and outlook of the artists themselves.
Brittany would spend these years never knowing about the record label and thinking we had just lost contact, because she had made a habit out of not listening to voicemails. And in fact, her voicemail box was often full and she would just delete the messages and worry about getting back to people later. In her mind, we were two friends who had made a fun music project. We'd touch base again when the semester started, but I moved to Indiana, so we lost contact. So she continued her music career, traveled with her a cappella group, and held no ill will. Whereas for myself,
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
you see, I never knew what happened on Brittany's end. I thought she deliberately ignored the project to spite me for some reason that I didn't know. And I wouldn't find out that that's not exactly what had happened until 2021, when I decided to make an album about the story of After the Tone. You see, my community told me before I release an album like this, I needed to face that fear head on and confront Brittany and find out what happened. And doing so would lead me to a phone call that would literally change my life.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna get right into it. I really do. I want to apologize for what happened 12 years ago.
Brittany and I would spend the next 2 years cautiously healing, renewing an old friendship, and understanding each other as people and artists again.
This is better than a soap opera, says Nikki. It's less dramatic, though.
Yeah.
Well, in some ways.
When Weskeem started taking off, I started telling them about it, and like a bunch of them would be like, should we kid? I just started like singing the
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, that was a really good song.
That was a good Broadway musical song.
Yeah, but it's still, like, it's a classic in my mind.
Might be about to have a big conversation. We started this Friday. She was tentatively interested. Hey again. So you've had time to think about it. So I'm gonna ask you again. Do you want to make an album?
Yeah, I do. I think we might as well. Why would we not?
I don't know. I think we got to. So I want to talk about some of the fun stuff so far as my plans for this album. I can stop recording now. Thank God.
Listen, never has there been a moment where Like, I don't know. This whole time I view Weskeem as a friend, as someone that I know that I could reach out to ask questions. We talk, we can message each other back and forth. But I feel like I'm meeting him all over again for the first time. Nothing but love and respect. That's a hard ass thing to have to go through. Am I glad that they're back together and doing something? Absolutely. I'm looking forward to whatever the future holds for both of them. Let's see where this whole After the Tone goes. If you guys haven't done so already, get over and subscribe. Get over and show the love. Let's jump into the second part of this. Inga, I appreciate this story. It's like you reintroduced me to Weskeem. Let's go. This 2 seconds. We're back with the other video. Right, I've had time to get myself a little bit more cleaned up, and you got me right in the fields with the whole story. Just crazy seeing. I don't like seeing people that I care about have to struggle. I don't like seeing people that I care about broken down, and that's essentially what that was. I truly do care about Weskeem. I care about him. I care about his community. I care about how things are going. I'm always over there watching, even if I don't say anything. Sometimes I'm there. I'm always there, and I definitely. I don't know. I didn't like seeing what he had to go through to get to where he's at. But it does give you hope that something big is going to happen, that the right thing is going to come along, that this might be that moment. So get over and show After the Tone all the love in the world. We're checking out Drop 2009 or Remaster. Let's jump into it. Let's check it out together. Let's go.
And I lifted my head, only to find that your heart is
absolutely always it's always some kind of make you feel in any kind of Weskeem song, any kind of anything like. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this 100%. This album is going to bring greatness. I feel like he should be on the stage. I feel like I need to be seeing him live, them live performing. After the Tone is gonna happen. It's gonna. I can feel it already. We're going places.
I want to love you, but I can't. You have to love her, you can't stop. I want to hold you, but I can't. And now all together, our heads just drop. I want to love you, but I can't. You have to love her, you can't stop. I want to hold you, but I can't.
Holy hell. Get over and show After the Tone all the love in the world. If you don't do anything else today, go check that out. It was a hell of a story. It was a hell of a hard time watching someone that you care about go through some things, go through their highs and lows and back to highs. And now we're back at a high, and it's a good thing. But all of that struggle, and most people would have quit. That is a strong individual right there. That is someone with the passion and desire to do great things. And I 100% hope that everything turns out exactly as it should be, because nobody should have to go through that kind of a struggle and then not make it. It has to work out. We want it to work out. We're hoping for the best. Definitely get over So After the Tone the love. Go so Weskeem the love. Got a whole new love of you, man. A whole new respect. Seriously. Inga, I appreciate this. It was like being reintroduced to somebody that you care about and you had no idea. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button, but it won't believe you. Till the next one, I'm the Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. But let me to the moon and back. Peace.